enough of this?
Welcome back, TPR Nation. This is your co-host, Mike Shalansky, and another Tips from the Trenches episode. I wanted to talk a lot about something that we have a habit of doing as advisors, and our team generally doesn't do this as much as we do. We like to blame them for it, I'm sure, but really it's us, and that's breaking the process. I'm raising my hand right now when I'm asking this question. How many of us are guilty of creating a process for our team to follow than us not following it? Because we break the process. And then what happens? Once we break the process, once we violate those rules, we have derailed the entire cart. Now, this could be as simple as email communication. Are you responding from a client's account or your personal email account? This could be as simple as setting an appointment, getting a prospect in, transferring an account, returning a phone call. All of these things should be process driven. Why should they be process driven? Because a process equals success. We want repeatable, successful practice events that are happening in our office. Now, if every single week we're doing something different, this is a disarray and we're not adding massive value. I know if I can put something in a process, we can solve for success and I can deliver massive value to clients on a reoccurring basis. But what happens when you break that model? Well, let me give you a quick little example because we, like everyone else, still make mistakes when we break a process. One of the advisors in our team decided to break a prospect process and to make an exception for a prospect and get them on the calendar and not go through the normal process. So what happens? Well, the client got on the calendar but didn't get a confirmation email or a pre-appointment email set up, so they didn't get the information, the data form, the fact finder, all the information we tried to get from the client prospects in advance. It didn't happen. We didn't collect a fee because the advisor decided to waive that fee because we didn't go through the process. Well, then the client couldn't make that appointment, or the prospect, couldn't make that appointment, so rescheduled. So the advisor broke the process again by rescheduling the appointment outside of Surge. And so now all of a sudden we have these multiple processes that are being broken. What's the downside in this? We are not adding value to that prospect because our system is designed to add value. When we break the process, now the team doesn't know what to do. When do I follow up? When do I not follow up? Is it in this chain? Is it the RM's job? Is it the ops job? Where is it? We don't know because it's outside of the process land. So, and in addition to this, we're setting up really bad expectations for our clients because now what's going to happen if this person becomes a client? They're not used to Surge, they're not used to schedule, and they are used to scheduling everything directly with the advisor. So we've done a really poor job in setting expectations. Now, I don't know about you, but most of the time when I break the process or I violate the rules, it ends up in a bad client relationship. Every time I make an exception, generally doesn't end up very well. So this is another reason you should not be breaking processes, is it generally doesn't make it a better client relationship. You think you're trying to do something good for the client, but really you're kind of screwing it up in the end, and you're robbing them of the massive value from the system that you've created. So what are some forcing mechanisms, right? We're all about extreme accountability. We're all about forcing mechanisms to make sure you don't do this. Well, there's a couple of things. Number one, we have in our office, we have now implemented, anytime an advisor breaks a process, they're welcome to break any process they would like. It's a $1,000 fine every time they break the process. If our team breaks the process, it's a $100 fine for our team member if they break the process. So it's perfect. If you wish to break it, you are welcome to. Here's the cost. What's the other thing we've implemented? If an advisor wants to waive a fee or discount a fee, which we do not support or suggest whatsoever, but if you choose to waive the initial prospect fee, you are welcome to do so, but the advisor then has to pay it directly. So if the advisor breaks the process, that's a $1,000 fine. A penalty, right, for extreme accountability. And number two, if they waive the fee, so they've broken the process and they waive the fee, now that's $1,500 they have to pay into an account. Why are we doing this? Because it's really challenging. It's really easy to say, hey, I'm going to make an exception just for this one, but now we're making an exception for everyone. And again, we're robbing them of the value of going through a successful process. So we got to create forcing mechanisms in there for us to be successful. What's another forcing mechanism that I've used? I don't schedule anything on my calendar. Anything with a client, anything with a prospect related whatsoever, I do not schedule anymore, period. Because now I can't break the process. Because if a client asked me and I had my calendar in front of me, hey, can I get in? I would squeeze them in. I would work for it. I would try to make it work on the calendar. Then what have I done? I've squeezed another client appointment too short. I've made this run too short. I didn't give my team enough time to get something done. I will have broken the process robbing my clients of massive value. So how do I enable me to be successful? Perfect. I don't schedule anything in the calendar because I know that's not where I'm delivering massive value. So action item, what I want you to be thinking about is this week is what process are you going through that you're messing up? What process are you getting involved in that you should not be involved in? And how do you delegate that out and put some extreme accountability around it to make sure you are not doing that in your office, to make sure that you are not either waiving fees or going outside your schedule or getting in emails when you're not supposed to? How do you make your team empowered to take that responsibility so they can truly deliver massive value to the clients? That's it for this week in your tips from the trenches. And until next time, happy planning.
Hold on before we go. Something that you need to know. This isn't tax, legal, or investment advice. That isn't our intent. Information designed to change lives. Financial planning can make you thrive. Start today, don't think twice. Be a better husband, father, mother, and wife. The perfect RIA,